When you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries and you rejoice. When you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries and you rejoice. So in the beginning, Gitchimanatu, creator, she was alone in space. She was all that there was. But anything she thought about, she could make real. Her dreams went out into a giant gas that permeated the universe. And it began to clump together because things didn't want to be alone. They gathered around and they formed stars. They formed planets around the stars. And she focused her attention on the sun, which is a very familiar star to us, that brings us light, brings us warmth, comes to the plants. But there weren't plants yet. The earth, it was molten, it was hot, it was moving around. And she had so many dreams that she began to cry, and her tears fell onto the earth. And they fell and they'd hit and they'd steam and they'd come back up into clouds and they'd fall again and go back up. And there were so many tears that they became rivers that flowed down into lakes. The lakes overflowed, and at one point the oceans covered the whole earth. And then they settled back and mountains began to spread up. And the clumps of earth spread into each other. They'd hit, they'd go and they'd collide like this, and mountains would grow up, and they'd spread apart. And she reached down into the ocean, and all the animals and plants of the ocean, they spread out. She put her hands on top of the land, put the ferns, the trillium. She was putting the giant redwood trees. She was creating the whole world. She started to put some animals, the salamanders, the spiders, the hummingbirds. She put the coyote, the buffalo, the bear, the eagle. She was about to put the two-legged, and she stopped. She put that two-legged animal back in her pocket. She said, before I let these two-leggeds loose on the earth, before we set the two-leggeds loose, I need to hide a part of myself. A part of myself where those two-leggeds that want to help with creation will know to find it. But those two-leggeds that think creation is for them, that want to take advantage of it, they will never know where to look. So she called out to all the animals, and they created a circle like we have right here. And the bear said, oh, Gitchimanatu, Gitchimanatu, give me that part, and I will take it. I will put it at the heart of the mountain. They'll never find it there. Gitchimanatu, she looked at Bear and said, Bear, the heart of the mountain, it won't be safe. You'll see. They'll have creative ideas, their greed, their curiosity. They'll dig into the heart of the mountain for coal and uranium and little shiny rocks. Bear was shocked. And whales swam up from the bottom of the sea. Gitchimanatu, Gitchimanatu, give me that part. Give me that part, and I will take it down, down, down to the bottom of the sea. Gitchimanatu, she shook her head. She said, whale who had eyes bigger than the rounds on this table. Those eyes, she looked into those eyes and said, whale, the bottom of the sea, it won't be safe. They'll dig these platforms that reach down and pull up the black blood of the earth mother. They'll go down in little things that look like rocks just to see what's there. Their greed, their curiosity, it won't be safe. And the eagle came forward. Cheep! Gitchimanatu, give me that part, and I will fly it higher and higher, and I will put it on the moon. Now, most of this room was around when that craft landed on the moon. Do you remember what they called it? The Eagle has landed. So NASA knew about this story. And Gitche Manitou knew about NASA. There are those that want to help and those that want to take advantage. I'm not making judgments here, but the moon, it won't be safe. And they looked around the circle. Where do I hide this? And everybody was quiet. And then there was this scratching sound at her feet. And she looked down. There was Grandma Mole poking up. Now, Grandma Mole is blind. She poked up, but she could smell bobcat and fox and coyote and lots of things that like to eat moles. I'll just go away. It's a silly idea. Grandma Mole, it's a silly idea. Those are the best. Now, you come here. Yeah, just whisper it in my ear. Yeah, take that part. And, oh, that's a great idea. Put it inside the two-leggeds. Ah. So with the first two-legged child born into the world, Gitche Manitou took a moment to just look at how beautiful she was and took a part of herself and put it right inside their heart. With every child born into the world, Gitche Manitou first has to just admire them. And then she takes a part of herself and puts it in their heart. So in each of you that's born into this world, you've come with new visions, new dreams of what this world can be. And if you're feeling sad and alone and you need to find Creator, you don't need to go to the heart of the mountain, the bottom of the sea, or to the moon. You just need to look into your own heart. When you were born, you cried, and the world reeled.